Welcome to the short version of Jim and Rob Overanalyze Movies. Here, what you'll find is the spoiler-free basics of the movie Jim and I examined during our weekly live stream. That would be this one. And our first thoughts about the movie and whether or not we thought it was worth your time. Enjoy. Recorded in the socially distant studios of the Rob Christensen Radio Network, it's Jim and Rob Overanalyze the Movies, the short version. We're looking at Raiders of the Lost Ark, the original 1981 film. The log line from IMDb is, in 1936, archaeologist and adventurer Indiana Jones is hired by the United States government to find the Ark of the Covenant before Adolf Hitler's Nazis can obtain its awesome powers. It was directed by Steven Spielberg, written by Lawrence Kasdan, from a story by George Lucas and Philip Kaufman. Of course, he was the producer. Stars Harrison Ford, Karen Allen, and Paul Freeman. It also stars Ronald, Lacey, John Rhys-Davies, and the late, great Denholm Elliott. Would it have earned a reframe stamp? No, it would not have. Notwithstanding, that it did have a great woman lead character, would not have got it. Was it a unionized shop? Yes, it was. Would it have passed the Bechdel test? Or did it pass the Bechdel test? Did it pass the Bechdel test? It did. It did not. And last but certainly not least, is there any examples of class consciousness for this film? Nope. All right, now that I've done that, let's get back and let's get started. Jim, what's your quick review of this remarkable film?
Well, quick review, I'd say, wow, this brings me back to childhood. I'm not very objective about this one. I saw it at the North Star Theater on Portage Avenue in downtown Winnipeg, and quick little tangent. I went with Darren Call, who you know, and a guy named Scott. And I was so excited about going to see this that their practical joke was that they were going to go see History of the World Part 1 by Mel Brooks. And so I said, fine, I'm just going to go watch Raiders on my own. It turned out they were in the same theater. Ha ha. And anyway. Yeah, exactly. But it was
gold, boys.
It was great to watch. It still retains that sort of dusty, that it feels hot. It feels like a summer movie. Probably, I'd say the most summary. I'd say this is the summariest movie that I can kind of think of, maybe next to Jaws.
That's a great take, Jim. For myself, I remember, and this may have actually been my introduction to Siskel and Ebert, real introduction to it. I remember my dad saying, oh, this movie I heard about, it's coming out. I think I'm going to go see it. This Raiders of the Lost Ark. And because my dad is of a similar vintage as Lucas and Spielberg, he was waxing nostalgic about the style of film it was supposed to be, very much alluding to a B film or serialized shorts a la the 40s and 50s and radio play dramas or adventures. And it is, and of course, and this would be one of my takes on this film was it had the best. It really was. We saw a movement from the mid-70s on, and this may have been the end of a great, very brief era of taking classic B movie subjects, whether it be Star Wars and space opera, this with the adventure film, and now I'm doing it anyway, calling it a genre, but taking this kind of thing but bringing the best storytelling talent to the fore, the best effects, for the time, a huge budget. This is what happens when you give A-level treatment to a B movie. You make a great film. And that is Raiders of the Lost Ark to me. Even the tacking on Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark as part of a branding exercise seemed kind of, I hated typing it in. It was Raiders of the Lost Ark to me, still is in my brain.
Me too.
Yeah, yeah. Is it worth your time, Jim? Is it worth the audience's time?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Definitely. All right. Well, hello again. I guess you enjoyed that, or you're supporting me. Either way, you watched the whole video, which makes me very happy. Anyway, if you wanted to check out the whole episode, you'll find a link to it here. And of course, if you want to continue to support the channel, if you enjoy this kind of nonsense, either or, it doesn't matter to me, please press like and subscribe, and don't hesitate to ring that bell. I think that's about it. Bye-bye.